Over the past few days, I have been meticulously studying every single cinematic that Riot Games has released for Valorant. With my research, I conclude that every match just feels the same. Play the same agent on certain maps, buy the same loadout every round, but I think I found a way to make the game interesting and challenging again. So in this video, I will be playing Valorant the way Riot intended it with the cinematics. Yeah, I stole the idea from Mystery, or go watch the video, it's good. So without further ado, my name is echoesByte and let's get on with the video. So to warm up, I decided to play around on the range. From the warm-up cinematic, there were a bunch of agents I could choose, but I went with KO. 1, because I felt like playing him, and 2, because the only weapons he uses aren't common in other loadouts. Which brings me to actually explaining how this video works. From these lore videos on Valorant's YouTube channel, I can only play a certain agent on a certain map with a certain loadout. For example, out of all the cinematics, Reyna only appears in Shattered, on Pearl, and only uses a Vandal. So I have to follow precisely what each agent uses on each map. Before every new map, I will showcase every agent I can use and every weapon I can use as that agent. Hopefully that made some sort of sense and wasn't too confusing. First off, we have Ascent. On this map, I can only play as Phoenix, Jett, or Raze. Playing Jett on this map means I can exclusively use a Ghost, as seen in Duelists, and a Vandal, as seen in Jett's music video, Can't Slow Me Down. Jett and Raze's music videos really opened up a lot of possibilities for play. And later, you'll see just how many weapons Raze can use on Haven. It's kinda crazy compared to the rest of the agents. But going back to Jett, I kinda popped off in that game. Don't get me wrong, I don't like bragging, but by no means am I a Jett main, so I'm proud of this match. While I was recording the clips for this video, which took a few days, the Swift Play game mode came out, which was massively helpful for recording, as the harder agent loadout combinations wouldn't take an entire 40-minute plus game to struggle through. It also means if I'm bad, I don't have to annoy my teammates for too long. There is just one teeny tiny problem with this match. I kind of broke the rules of the challenge. While my teammates were congratulating me and Jett was being smug, I left the game. As I said, Jett on Ascent went really well, but Phoenix,
Oh my god! I thought you were gonna die.
He's AWPing us.
not so well. Like in this round, I didn't have money for a Vandal, so I had to scavenge off of my dead teammates. Or this round, where I died because my game had a mini heart attack right before the round even started. At least I became a budget Yoru ult for a little bit. "They're here!" I screamed, but nobody heard me. And now, the cream of the crop of all rounds. Yet again, I was broke and couldn't buy a Vandal, so I ran at my enemies with a Classic and a Dream. Somehow I managed to get Raze when she was looking away, so I got her gun. With seconds away from detonating, I killed the Sova and won the rest of the game for us. As Raze, I had a little more variety in my weapon choice. As mentioned, her music video helped a lot, so I could use a Phantom or a Vandal, a Judge, and a Classic. If that KO wasn't there, I'd be as good as dead.
I don't know, does anyone need to go? It's just unrated, so...
I really wanted to show you guys a little more Raze on Ascent, but my teammate thought otherwise. So moving on to...
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got
Well, I think this wall is a good idea and could work. I could only use a Bucky as Viper, so that kinda limited my range. A longer range weapon could work much better. Must experiment with this idea further outside of this video. Anyway, look at this flick! And yeah, while Viper only uses a Bucky in the Duality cinematic, I allowed myself to use a classic with any agent that only had primary weapons in the loadout, but only when I couldn't afford the actual weapon. I didn't expect Elena there, and I don't think she expected me there either. So, you were probably wondering why there were two images of Phoenix earlier. That's because in Duality there's a Phoenix from Alpha Earth who uses a Vandal, and a Phoenix from Omega Earth who uses a Phantom. So when I play him on Bind, I'm using a Phantom on attack and a Vandal in defense. Only being able to use a rifle meant that I had to force buy as often as possible, so sometimes I had to start around with light shields or no shields at all. Here I was totally distracted by the spike, so they got me.
Hello, how are you?
Thanks, Jet. Please just ignore this whiff. This guy absolutely played us. It's so embarrassing. We managed to win, but I didn't play that well. But whatever. Before we move on to the next map, make sure to ace that like button if you're enjoying the video and subscribe for more fun, future gaming videos and challenges. And while you're down there, drop a comment with who your favorite agent is.
Nice is such a bullshit word. Yo, nice.
So to be completely honest with you, Icebox was probably the most fun map for this challenge. Usually you see the same handful of agents being played on this map, especially in pro play, so being forced to play something different from the norm was really refreshing. The agent loadouts were also very fun to use. Phoenix with a Bulldog and a Shorty was a force to be reckoned with. Maybe not in this round, because somebody stole my Bulldog after I died. But the majority of my games as Phoenix were very fun.
I will not save your life. Big ghost.
The same cannot be said for Yoru, however. I think that broken select animation cursed me in some way, because I was having a really tough time getting any kills and I was missing all of my shots. Until this beautiful clip. Oh! That's good. Do you know what else is good? Raise on Icebox. Maybe not this round because I was stressing out. It was the second round and I didn't have enough money for a Vandal or a Phantom. so I had to use a ghost against enemies that had better weapons. But I managed. And then there was this beautiful ult.
You will not kill my ally.
And we finished out the game with 4 kills. Nice.
Attackers win.
Yeah, technically Fracture doesn't appear in any cinematics, but I wanted to include all of the maps. And which agent's lore is most connected to this map? Yep, that guy. I recreated the 2022 Champion zipline incident.
He's a psychopath!
And got a sick ace.
Ниже эпоху. Nice. Oi,
Some even things that you're bullying.
I didn't feel like playing any more Fracture, so I left.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind?
Pearl was probably the toughest map, especially as Killjoy. I was having no luck with the Bulldog, so I just played someone else. As Neon, I was relay bolting myself all the time. But she was a little easier to play than Killjoy. At least Sova got a pretty cool no-scope. However, a frenzy against Vandals and Phantoms was still very tricky. But this round wasn't half bad. Got the Jet on the Marshall, sneaked up on the Sage, and won the round.
Okay.
So, in the end, Viper was the easiest to play as on Pearl. But I still didn't do too well. Let's just move on.
Oh my god, he on X Games mode.
Yeah, as I said at the beginning of this video, I had the largest weapon pool as Razon Haven. I had 2 sidearms to pick from. I could use either a Phantom or a Vandal. I could go eco with a Spectre, or I even had the option to use the Op. This moment did confuse me. Since when does the Boombot do so little damage? And this moment too. Where did the chamber come from?
Last player standing.
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
One enemy remaining. Right there.
This was a pretty nice round. Headshot on Jet with a Spectre.
Grounded.
Attack helicopter on Sage. And a kill on Reina at the end. I did have to take out the casserole from the oven mid-round, so I had to go AFK. In the meantime, Chamber got a sweet ace. But overall, I really liked playing Razon Haven. and during this challenge as a whole. She's a really fun agent to play as, and she always had good weapons in her loadouts.
Thea, my ult's ready.
I'm in danger!
てめえの命をもらってやるぜ一つチャンスをやろう
Player standing.
Did that guy just flash herself and her teammate? And lastly, but not leastly, we've got Breeze. Jet on Breeze was also very fun, and hot take, I will miss this map once it leaves the map rotation. I'm a fan of long distance fights on this map. It makes it pretty unique in that aspect. The right click on the classic is probably the most inconsistent thing in this game. Sometimes all of the bullets miss the enemy, and other times a well-timed shot is the most satisfying kill you can get.
One enemy remaining.
Absolutely outplayed this KO. I was headshotting the enemy Reina all throughout this game. She wasn't a bad player, she even got an ace in the second round, but I just got very lucky each time.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B. One enemy remaining. Looks like I was the stronger.
But as revenge for all these headshots, this time I totally whiffed. And in this round, the defenders already started defusing, so I had to sacrifice myself to get the defuser while Chamber finished the round with a beautiful headshot.
Enemy kid locked inside. Attackers win.
If you like this video and want to see me play Five Nights at Freddy's for the first time in my life, go to the video on the left. And if you want to see a speedrunning noob attempt to beat Minecraft in under 1 hour, then head to the video on the right. And if you want to subscribe, then click on my face. Thank you for watching, and see you all in the next video.